my name is Charlotte, and I love to do crafts, especially when they're about nature, because then we get to learn at the same time. So let's do one now! Today we're going to take a visit to my little garden where I have some sunroots growing. Let's go check them out. Here they are! Look at these. So much taller than me. They can grow up to 10 feet. Let's take a closer look. These flowers look really yellow to me. And here are the leaves, which start small at the top, but get larger and larger and larger as you go down the stem. Look, this bee is enjoying this flower. So today's craft is going to be flowers, and today we're going to use an art technique called pull string art. Let's go! Here we are. So you will need a piece of paper. I got this nice big white piece of paper because we'll be folding it later. You will also need some yarn. I grabbed the Sentinel. I read it already, and I'm going to cover my table so I don't get paint on it. You also are going to need a pair of scissors and some books. I've got a big pile of books that I got at the Clapp Library here in Belchertown. And you're going to want some paints and a paint tray to put your paints inside of. Let's get started. First, let's protect the table I have. I have a very special table. It's got rainbows and a bunch of doodads in it, so I want to make sure I cover it to protect it from all my paint. Grab your yarn and you're going to pull a piece that is about arm's length and then cut it with your scissors. Then you're going to put the colors that you've chosen for your flower in your paint tray. I'm going to do yellow, green, no, purple, and blue. But you can choose any color of the rainbow. And more, because there are so many more colors than just the ones in the rainbow. Perfect. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dip my yarn in the paint. Now, you want to get a nice layer of paint on your yarn. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to scoop the paint up with my fingers and just rub them right on the piece of yarn that I have. All of it, maybe I'll probably leave the end dry, but get paint on the whole rest of it. So the cool thing about my sunroot flower is that underneath that flower in the ground, there's something called a tuber. And that's actually something that you can eat. It's kind of like a potato, and it's about the size of a piece of ginger, if you know what ginger looks like. This plant, the sunroot, is native to North America, so you will see them growing in nature. And this plant has a lot of different names because everyone who came across it gave it a different name. So, like, one of the names that I'm calling it is the sunroot, but it's also called the Jerusalem artichoke, and it's also called the sunchoke. But all the names that it's called usually is connected to either sunflowers or artichokes, just because of the way it looks and of the way it tastes. So when you cook the tubers that you pull out of the ground, it tastes a lot like artichoke hearts. All right, I've got my piece of yarn covered in paint. Got yellow, purple, and blue. And I guess I should wash my hands. Okay. So ultimately we're going to put this paint covered string on our piece of paper, but before we put it on our paper we want to fold it in half. Perfect. Now we're going to open it back up like a book, and you're going to pick one side to put your string on, and we're gonna put it on in a very special squiggly way. So hold it up by the end that you don't have the paint on. And I'm gonna put the end here and do a few squiggles like this. And I'm gonna leave this end out that doesn't have the paint, and then close my page like this. To keep it flat, before we pull this string out, we want to cover it in books. Let's see what kind of books I have. We've got the Fairyland Companion, a picture book about Italy, A Family is a Family is a Family, and Love Makes a Family. Press down really, really hard, and then we're gonna tug on the string straight down. Ready? Press, press, press. Pull, pull, pull. We did it! All right, so let's safely move these books away. Thank you, and I will read you tonight. And let's look at our art. Wow! It's so beautiful! It came out great! And I used some sparkly paint, so my flower is a little bit shiny and sparkly, which I love. Just like my flower, each piece of art will be unique. So what colors will you choose? And how many squiggles will you put on the page? That's all up to you. Thank you for watching me do my craft and learning about Sunroots today. I'm grateful our paths have converged for a while. I had fun learning something new with a smile. Bye for now!